Well, good morning, everyone. This is David Jameson here at the home of the 3P ProPride Hitch, better known as ProPride Industries. And today's episode is brought to you by On Fire Hookah Lounge, found on Corona Road in Flint, Michigan. What a nice little hookah lounge, and we think that they serve alcohol even. We're not sure, but we do know that they have hookah. And don't forget to like, share, and comment. We love it when you do that for us. I'm going to have some updated information regarding that, also regarding our new financing, and we have a lot of good information coming to you from none other than Brent, the Hawk of Knowledge. But first, let's watch this. Welcome back to the 35th episode of ProPride TV. This is David Jameson once again. I'm sitting here with my sidekick, my buddy, Mr. Lazar. Remember, he's like Madonna. He only has one name. And we've got a lot of good stuff for you today. And we're going to get going quickly here, but first we want to give shout outs to the people that are watching that have joined us. What do we have today, Lazar?
Today we have Tony Rich, William Gill.
What? But was Tony the one that made the comment?
Yeah,
what did Tony have to say earlier?
We appreciate you, Tony. By the way, Tony said, "What's up, guys? My wife and I decided to get the 3P instead of the Blue Ox."
No, that's a very good choice.
Yeah, we
Tony,
appreciate that.
It shows your intellect, Tony, by making that decision.
We got Dave Ecola, Kevin Moon.
Dave what?
Ecola.
Ecola, huh?
Ecola.
See, I have a fraternity brother, Dave Nicola.
We have Brett, don't call me Brent Carter on.
Yeah? Yeah.
And we got Tony Etheridge.
I'm going to talk to
Tony Etheridge.
Elaine McDowell.
Elaine McDowell, of course. I think she is permanently logged on. Oh, and Bob Saget. Bob Saget has heard that our humor is worse than his. So I think he's probably watching like in a type, maybe a little narcissistic, thinking, you know, I'm funnier than these guys.
Oh, yes.
I can see his point, though.
Yeah.
And then also Mr. and Mrs. Alex Wang are on again. Very nice people. They visited yesterday, actually. And Joe Gatto. Joe Gatto or Gatto from Impractical Jokers. So we've had Q, Sal, now Joe has watched. Now, I don't know if Murr is a fan, but we know 3 out of 4
We'll find out.
We will find out. And Paris, if she writes in the middle of it, tell her I'll get a hold of her. Right.
We had to block her from the page.
You did?
Yeah, we had to.
Okay, Paris, well, you can watch, but she just can't post.
She can watch on YouTube.
But she can watch, she just can't post.
Correct.
Right, okay. So anyway, announcement time, everyone, and let's start it out with the Brute. Take a look at, we actually have, and if anyone has a tissue for Lazar or a hanky, he could use it. He's got the sniffles, apparently. But you're going to see a Brute holding the Brute right here. That's none other than Lazar's torso.
Look at that.
So he's wearing a size small shirt to give the effect.
It's a medium.
A medium, right. But it is a Brute holding the Brute.
This is yoke arms.
And I want to announce we have been selling these things literally like hotcakes. We're sold out right now, but you're more than welcome to get a pre-order in. Right, Brent?
That's right.
Brent said, and he affirmed that. Yes, it's true. Next of all, Crazy Finance Guy has very good information. Let's take a look at this screen here. We now have ProPride credit in the works, people. We have same as cash for 6 months, meaning you can get the ProPride 3P Hitch, nothing down, same as cash for 6 months when you qualify, meaning you can use it for 6 months and then pay it off at that time, or you can start making payments as low as $64 a month. Or I guess you could start out making those payments. But think of it, Should be no excuse now. 0%, same as cash, 6 months, and then you're welcome to pay as little as $64 a month after that point, or pay the $64 up front. And that's pretty reasonable, isn't it, Brent? Brent is nodding, hands in pocket, nod. So it is affirmed. What do you guys think of that?
Incredibly affordable.
Incredibly affordable.
I like it.
Any comments or questions on that? Is
No.
there any woohoos or happiness showing? Okay. No? Okay, last thing. We were not able to put the scratch-off system into place. It just would not work. It was going to turn into a lot of... We literally were going to have to hire an employee just to run that. It was that difficult. So what we're going to start doing next week, tell all your friends and your family and your camping buddies, we are going to have a code on the screen that's only for the live broadcast. And during the live broadcast, if you use that code, there will be a special offer, and you can only get it during the 20-30 minutes that we're live. It could be 10% off, it could be a free item, it could be half off, it could be something really cool. So by watching the show, inputting the code into our website, you will be able to take advantage either of that discount or free item. And speaking of the site, the reason why, if you can you pop the ProPride credit back up? The reason why it says call Brent is it's not integrated with our site yet, but we can do it verbally, and Brent can walk you through it. But it's ready to go right now. It's in that phase where we're integrating it, so bear with us. If you want to take advantage of it though, you can right away. I think, is your phone already started ringing, Brent?
Yeah, but I had to silence it for this.
Oh, so it's already ringing. Maybe people are taking us up on it already. That would be wonderful. We got to utilize this program. So we got the Brute, held by a Brute. We have the ProPride credit, same as cash for 6 months. And don't forget, next week you will see something in the corner of that week's code and the offer. And it'll only be valid during the live broadcast. So we got more good information for you. Brent has some very good stuff for his tech talk, but first let's watch this 0% financing. This is going away very quickly. It may even be gone after this week. So if you'd like to watch, let's take a look at the 0% financing. We can still take advantage of it as of right now. Hey, it's Dave here from ProPride. Just want to talk to you a little bit about our 0% financing. If you are ready to purchase a 3P pivot point projection hitch from ProPride, right now you can get it with nothing down, 0% interest for 18 months. That's 18 equal payments, 0% interest. Right now is the time to act because we're building them and shipping them as fast as we can. So look for our 0% offered on our site, and see you soon. You know what time it is? You can hear that, Lazar?
I can hear it. It's like it's playing from within my heart.
There's a man in this room who has a little C and big D in his name. He wears a faux hawk, and he literally is counting down the days for the new Jackass movie. And we now refer to him as the Hawk of Knowledge. And for those of you that watch Pawn Stars, you know, they refer to the one guy as the Beard of Knowledge. We have the Hawk of Knowledge. So let's give it a round of applause for none other than Brent. Don't call me Brett McDowell. He has two little talks. They're long titles. Oh no, now what do I do? And OCL latches, managing the cables on tongue. So Brent is going to give you some good information. Brent, did you like it? He found the titles humorous, but I thought he wrote them.
The first one maybe, but the second one I don't know. But I like the lettering. Seems like it's like I don't know. Yeah, it's like almost a comic book.
It is. Adam, you write like have you ever done any like illustrating for comics? Or wording? No. Gosh, no.
Maybe.
One of these days we'll get Adam on the screen, and the cameraman. Maybe we'll get him one of these days. But Brent, we are glad to have you back after your week off. Brent was busy last week, and it's for those of you. We did get some comments that they missed him.
Yes.
Oh well, very nice. I appreciate that. I think
very, very loved.
Have you received?
Is good.
Have you received any emails?
It's been pretty bone dry for about
bone
2
dry.
weeks.
No. What about maybe you can comment on the Brute, the Brute holding the Brute.
The Brute behind the
I do
Brute.
these things to myself.
So I'm going to turn the floor over to the.
I'm going to turn
the floor over to the Hawk of Knowledge.
Very nice. Very
And,
nice.
Are you seriously though? You are excited about the Jackass movie, aren't you?
You know, why wouldn't you be?
Well, why wouldn't you be? I
Right.
can give you plenty of reasons.
Come on now.
Okay, well, let's go.
I think we could probably do one of those Jackass
Yeah.
movies here.
Except I don't like
Maybe
pain
on
like that.
set even.
Yeah.
Possibly. We could do feats of strength and all kinds of stuff. Anyhow. So we have calls all the time for customers that are asking about just some different goofy things, especially like if you're transitioning your system, because these things are like a lifetime purchase, right? So once you buy it, you can move it from trailer to trailer. It's great, works well that way, but there's some little things that people like tend to misplace and lose when they do transition stuff. Or maybe you're just, I don't know, greasing things up, whatever. This little guy right here is like the mysterious little retainer disc. I've got, I think, some pictures that we may throw up on the site there to show you. Oh, there we go. Man, it's getting put together well today.
I know.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
You talking about our crew or what?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
just
good.
like, it just works. There it is. So this little guy, the retainer disc, it's kind of hard to find, so you probably won't. But you can actually use, which is on the screen there, a hex nut, just a 3/8 hex nut. So it's about the same width a hex nut is as the retainer disc, and it's the same diameter as it. So if you get in a pinch and you lose these retainer discs that go into your spring bars that actually go into your main hitch underneath there, you can use a 3/8 hex nut instead. So that's a little cool tip for you right there.
We would call that a 3P hack.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, or no, a V2 hack. And that's a
Sorta,
little
kinda,
V.
yeah.
That's a little V.
It is, yeah.
Kind of like the little C before the big D. Right.
Oh my God. so yeah, man. So the other thing, I know, man. I'm like, I got to get snapped back into it here. So the other thing is the linchpins. This guy, people are like, man, these linchpins, they're very, very cool, aren't they? I mean, they snap into place. They do their job. They hold now our V2 jacks in place because that thing's so nice and pliable that it actually would just unravel. So we have that holding that, and we also have this holding our over center latches in place too once you get those over. So these are easy to misplace as well. A lot of people are like, man, I didn't get them, or I lost them, or something crazy like that. Or like at the campsite, these are kind of fun to play with, so maybe somebody just pulls it out and takes it for their own. If you're in a pinch with something like this guy's just a 7/16 diameter on it. You can actually even use just a 7/16 bolt and nut to take care of that spot for at the moment. So if you're in a real quick pinch, that'll work well for you. But you can also get these guys from like Tractor Supply Company, Home Depot, Lowe's, Gilroy's, whoever you want to use. They're only about like $1 a piece, something like that, maybe even less. So it's not a very expensive item, and we don't put them on the website because literally it's just ridiculous how much FedEx wants to charge to send these things. So it makes sense to just buy them local in most cases. You can even go to Amazon and they sell them in like 10 packs, 5 packs, very inexpensively.
Good to keep a supply around, huh?
It is, yeah. But in a pinch, you can always use a 7/16 bolt and nut to secure it in place just so that you're good to go.
Another hack.
Another little small hack for you there too.
Well, hey, before we get to your second part of your talk, which was very succinct, the first part was very succinct and good. We're going to take a look at this affiliate commercial. Before we go to it, seriously, people, we get so many reviews and so many comments. All you have to do is talk about it and you can make money. So take a look at this, register, and just get your code and go from there. Make $300 a pop. Hey everyone, David Jameson here, the crazy finance guy. And speaking of finance, remember, if you like to talk about the 3P, all you have to do is go over to our affiliate network page, sign up, and we will give you links, QR codes, all that crazy stuff. If you have any questions, you can email Lazar and he will be happy to help you. You know how much attention he likes. So all you have to do is, while you're talking about the benefits and the enjoyment of using the 3P, you can actually make money, $300 to be exact. So go to the affiliate page and sign up today. Thanks. So while we were away, Lazar was playing with the props, just so you know.
Demonstrating how easy it is for somebody to steal this.
While he has the sniffles.
You're going to snap your finger.
You want to
in
hear
it
something interesting? So when I was a kid, when I was in high school, I used to drive, there's probably some people watching, I had a Ford tractor at our home, and I used to pull a brush hog, and I mowed 10 acres. Well, when you hit a rock, it would shear this linchpin, and just what Brent said, we kept those screws in the little tool kit on the tractor, so that way you could pop those in because they were hard to find.
That's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, it reminded me of that, the days of yore.
You got to take care of your brush hog.
Is it yore? Yes, you do have to take care of your brush hog. And I noticed the cameraman, as he was panning in on Brent, he made sure he left your hawk in there. A couple times he cut it off and then he brought it back up.
Man.
So the hawk of knowledge.
I got to get it
He's
trimmed.
like Samson.
It's a little bit crazy, but
You're like the RV version of Samson.
yeah.
So anyway,
geez.
here we go. Part 2 of Tech Talk
Part 2,
with
man.
the Hawk of Knowledge.
Yeah. So another little thing that a lot of people don't know. So the over center latches, they're actually, you can use them. I guess they're. Maybe you could even say ambidextrous. No, you probably couldn't, but that's a fun word, isn't it?
Good.
Just trying to
you
be
can give it to
super
Lazar
smart.
and he can play around with that joint.
Right. Well, hang on. Let me show them first. Well, okay, it's on the screen too. So when you're using the over center latch, you can actually use the top and the bottom part of it as well. So if maybe you have a situation where you can't get your wrench on the top of this piece, you can actually use the bottom one. It's going to move it the same fashion as the top. So I did a little illustration of that that's online now too, I think, that you can see. But you can do top and bottom on that guy. There you go. You can play with that a little bit if you want.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. So that's just something that maybe you didn't know. But for some reason you got an issue with the top part of it. You can actually use the bottom part too. So
He's playing with the props.
You gotta give them some time. And the last thing is, a lot of people were talking about like their cable management and things. So I went out and I ordered these from Amazon too, but maybe it's something we can stock here in the near future too. But it's just a high-powered magnet. They actually, I think, were used for like mini fishing magnets. You see those guys that like throw stuff out. These aren't that powerful, but they are about, I think they hold up to 800 pounds or something like that, which is crazy. No, 100 pounds. Okay. So 80 to 100 pounds, I believe, which is totally fine for what you're doing here. You don't want it to like not come off if it needs to. But I also did a little picture of that, if you want to throw that up there too, of the magnets holding the cables in place. So you just put them on your wherever you want to put them, actually, on your coupler, on your hitch itself, but it just goes to steel. You can just use a little zip tie through it and manage your cables easily through there.
Oh, wow.
I think these were only like, I don't know, $15, something like that for a set of
lift that
4 or 5 of
piece?
them. I bet you it would. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
That's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? So anyways, just a kind of a little cool hack. They work well. I've used it on mine for, at least 8 months now.
Wow.
So they work
Hey
really,
guys,
really well.
since in the title of this talk, we're talking more about, we mentioned the ProPride credit, let's definitely pull this section out because these the hacks that Brent went over are important. We should get those in.
Great tips.
Definitely get those out. And Brent was very succinct. Lazar didn't sniff over it too much, so everything was pretty good.
If you guys, and while you guys are watching too, if you guys have any hacks of your own, man, share them with everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Some of these things I'll get from online and Facebook too that we've got, but definitely share them. Please do, because it's important that everybody know. We've got a bunch. Maybe I'll try in the next couple of weeks to do the holder for the hitch bar itself. A lot of people have done little things like that, so maybe we'll put something together for that too. So
That's a great idea, Brent. You know what? I really like how this tech talk is going. I really do. Hacks are good. Little tips.
Super helpful.
Nothing wrong with having a toolbox full of hacks.
Right.
Right.
Or a set full of hacks.
A set full of hacks, yes. So do I hear that music?
Yeah, I think you do.
So that's identifying the man that's sitting next to me. Well, let's all give a round of applause for Brent. Very good information. And keep filling us full of hacks and knowledge. The Hawk of Knowledge has spoken. Right. So now it is time for the review of the week by none other than Stephen McNutt. And Stephen, this is one heck of a review. Would you like to read it, Lazar? I can read it. Well, I'll go ahead and read it. Excellent service and product. Again, this is a 5-star review. We'll see it on the screen here. Excellent service and product. Ordered on a Monday, received that Thursday. I installed the 3P myself in 4 hours. Complicated only because I needed to move my LP tanks, but otherwise installation was smooth and easy. I received the new style jacks, which seemed much better than the old style. Prior to the 3P, I used a Blue Ox sway control. And notice it's control, meaning that they admit it will sway. Mm-hmm. It worked on my previous trailer just fine, wink wink, but I had way too much sway with my 2022 Imagine 2670 MK. That sounds like quite a rig.
I know it is.
Sounds like a rocket.
Yeah, it is. It's like a rocket. You're right.
It can be with the ProPride on it.
So Brent is now pushing the table.
I know,
as
I'm
we
like-
speak. I don't know why.
I was trying to get comfortable for the rest of
Okay,
this.
so since
story
installation, I've logged 2 trips totaling 900 miles, and sway is practically non-existent. I feel the wind, especially 20 plus miles per hour gusts, but I characterize the feeling as movement rather than sway, so big difference over my old Blue Ox. Trucks passing are still felt, but nothing like before. Well, heck, you can feel it in your vehicle.
Right.
So of course, I mean, even if you don't have a trailer, you can feel a truck passing. I haven't been passed by a semi in a long time, though.
No, you
No,
just, you just go.
well,
He
yeah,
drives too
I
fast.
go too fast. Yeah, I will say I'm still working on hitching up. And that's, I mean, not without a trailer. I mean, without a trailer.
I got you. Yeah.
Have to push the jacks all the way up to get the angle right. When I do, hitching is pretty easy so long as the stinger is pretty much dead center on the hitch head. Overall, pretty amazing hitch that dramatically improved my towing. And so 900 miles, and I think he just got it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a big trip.
Well, thank you, Stephen. We appreciate it. And what we're going to do, since we're not going to have the scratch-off system, we are going to have the code, and we're going to also try to figure out something we can do for the reviews that we read. And actually, what we should do is try to figure out these poor people that have a crash, that if they're going to stick with the hobby of camping and RVing, that maybe we can help them out. Take a look at this crash. This is scary stuff right here, guys.
A Porsche, too.
That's a Porsche?
That's a Porsche.
What, like the little hybrids?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm surprised they were even trying to tow with that.
But check that out.
That thing is toast.
Wow.
Yep.
Can you imagine that? Cruising along, had no plans that this was, you can't prepare for this. That's what cracks us up. Sean Woodruff says to me all the time, tells me the negative comments we get on our ads and on our posts and everything. It's, we never wish harm on anyone, but this could happen to anyone. The dynamics of a ball hitch has to sway, right?
Yep.
Can you comment on this, the Hawk of Knowledge?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got actually quite a few owners with that exact vehicle that are very happy and tow like that
Really?
every single day. Absolutely.
Wow.
Do you know John
Cayenne especially.
Corolla that posted it?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah. I'm sure I've helped him at some point.
Excellent. And another thing I'd like to point out, the lettering of Crash of the Week reminds me of the Munsters.
It does, actually.
Yeah. Or is
It's
it?
scary.
Yeah, the Munsters. That was a good show.
Nostalgic.
Yes, nostalgia. That's a big word, Lazar.
I hang around Peter a lot.
Yeah, you'll learn a lot from Peter. He says things I'm like, could you clarify with that sentence
Yes.
there? Right, exactly. I think one of the original 10 episodes, I interviewed Peter. One of these days we should bring him back on.
That's right,
After we get that screen going, we'll do
He's
that.
good on camera.
He is good on
Yeah,
camera.
he is.
Everyone at ProPride's good on camera, pretty much. So now it's time to take a look at this install commercial. We are building this install network. It's very important. There's a lot of people that can't lift this dang thing and just frankly don't have the time or the wherewithal, or someone like me, I don't even own a toolbox. So how would I install it? So install network is building. Take a look at this. Hey everyone, David Jameson, the crazy finance guy here at ProPride. I want to talk to you about the install network. Now this thing is literally blowing up. People all over the United States like to install the 3P, and there's people all over the United States that need help installing the 3P. So if you need either, go to the install network page. The link is posted below. You'll find it on our website, and sign up if you need help having an installation done for you, or if you'd like to install them and pick up a few extra bucks. We're here for you, and I'll see you soon. Welcome back. What a riveting episode. Let's just pop up that. Can we pop the ProPride credit up? I want to make sure everyone knows this is happening. In case you have any friends or anyone saying, I just can't afford it, 0%, same as cash, 6 months, no payment, nothing down, and as little as $64 a month for a base unit. That's the best we have come up with. You literally can, that's less than a night in a campground, isn't it? 64 bucks?
Pretty much.
Pretty close, isn't it? If not, it's under. So you can have safety and comfort. You can two-finger drive all you want for very, very cheap. 6 months, same as cash. Let's not forget that. And it's Lazar's favorite time of the episode. It's question time.
Ooh, all
Do we
right.
have anything pop up, Lazar?
No questions, a couple comments. Amy Smith said those were super helpful hacks. Thank
Nice.
you, Brent. Kirk Four gave us 2 comments. Missed last week's episode because of a meeting with an investment broker. Couldn't miss bull run on pork bellies.
Pork bellies.
And then he is actively watching right now, eating eggs Benny with fried spam. Scrumptious, delicious.
Well, he's the one that's been on the Atkins diet for 30 years.
And that's it. We had an earlier comment from Tony talking about how he went with a 3P instead of the Blue Ox. And
Well, it's not even the same thing. If you think about it, friction
No.
control, sway control is a hitch. What we actually manufacture is a conversion kit. It converts your RV to the same technology as a fifth wheel.
absolutely.
I mean, is there anything different other than bigger rig? It's the same technology, isn't
Same
it?
dynamic.
Same dynamics.
Same dynamic.
And if the hawk of knowledge confirms that, then it's true. So that leads us now to bad jokes or dad jokes by Dave. And it's really, I didn't really have a joke today. I just want to talk about something. You know, you heard about in the news all the stuff about toilet paper and all that, supplies down. You know, it's gotten to the point where I've had to keep lettuce in the bathroom for wiping. And, you know, I'm beginning to believe that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah. All right, so there we have it, everyone. And I know the music's playing, I'm not allowed to ask, but I still do every single darn week. Let's recap. Do not forget the Brute holding the Brute. We have the Brute available for pre-order. The ProPride credit, same as cash, 6 months and as little as $64 a month. Do not forget that if you need that type of financing, you can call the Hawk of Knowledge himself and he'll hook you up. And let's keep liking and sharing and commenting for us, please. Right now, we have nothing to bribe you with, but starting next week, we will have a code, and we're just going to hope that you continue to help us, and we will continue to help you. And guess what? Like I always say, you're going to see me next week, whether you like it or not. Hello everyone, this is David Jameson here at ProPride, the home of the 3P. Give me 60 seconds, please. Let me ask you 2 questions. What excuse are you telling yourself, and what truths are you keeping from your family? It is a truth proven by physics that a ball hitch must sway. There's no way around it. And any type of attachment or hitch that says it is sway control is admitting that the trailer will sway. And the apparatus will attempt to control that inevitable sway. This family in this video thought that they were all set, just like 100% of all sway accidents. Nobody thinks it'll happen to them. They feel they're safe reasons like the tongue weight was distributed properly. They were traveling slow. They thought that it just wouldn't happen to them, so they couldn't plan for it. Simple physics prove that sway is not if, it is when. There are 2 links here, one for more info and one for getting real. This is David Jameson from ProPride Industries, the home of the 3P ProPride Hitch, and I will see you next week, whether you like it or not.